Sunshiners. This is Divine Sunshine coming to you with my morning drive. Today's message is kind of controversial. Restoration and cleaning, okay? Which is message is really for the divine feminine. I know I have pretty much, I looked the other day and I seen I had a lot of subscribers that are my audience is 100% female. I have 000 divine masculines. That's on my end of helping. Although now I've said I am a divine masculine advocate, understanding that a lot of the things and products that I see that I'm putting out there, such as like these morning drives, or the other day I put down for divine feminine, I broke it down. This is a spirited experiment, and I'm saying that it was more for the divine masculine viewership than it was for the divine feminine, which brings me to a very alarming thing, and which Spirit brought to me, saying the divine feminine is not really wanting union. It's not really serious about that. And it's not just because of what we was saying, what just was what's happening with my channel. It's just that I say I love you. I see that. It's just that I'm just looking at through the actions, like you said. Put your money where your mouth is. You know, through your actions. Your actions are stronger than words. Yeah, I want union. Yada yada yada. That's cute. I'm doing my chakra clearing. I'm doing all this stuff. I'm watching the tarot things, saying about the DM. However, when I'm seeing, as far as I'm tracking energy wise and through actions as well, we're not doing the work that's really need to. And the work that we're doing is kind of surface level. It's more of a kind of cosmetic thing, and we're not getting down to the nitty gritty, really answering answering the question. She's ready. Are you really ready? Are you really wanting for union? I think about one of my subscribers, and it wrote down there and said, that's fine, he can stay over there. I really don't want that. I'm fine right where I'm at. That kind of perspective. I won't say attitude, perspective. Again, I've said this several times, even on my station. You know that no matter what's going on with them, that's still a reflection of you. That's still an extra through the link in the cord that we have, that we're tethered together. That's a eternal cord, an infinite cord that cannot, like iron, be snapped back and retracted back to saying back to the source, which would be you, because you're the one who's watching. You're the one that's in leadership. We do, as the side of the van has said, we got to get back to restoration and cleaning. We got to start kind of getting to that point as far as really taking introspection, as far as what is really our perspective in our vision for things. I think about when we're talking about, it all comes down to really trusting. We got to really be able to trust about getting into these things and in this union, this process, not even with the divine masculine on the outside, but ourselves, and really saying, do we really trust ourselves? Do we really trust ourselves emotionally? Do we really trust ourselves as far as how we think? Because again, the divine masculine is representing the thinking aspect of us, all those other kind of things that if you see on my community tab, I put down there for like the divine masculine, and I'll repost it again. I might use it as the cover for this. That's talking about what the things that the divine masculine or the masculine energy brings to the table versus the feminine. Like the masculine likes to be independent, but the divine feminine believes in integrating. How can you take those two different energies and make it work for you? Is there a point within you that says, is there some points that I could really exercise a little bit more independence? I don't trust myself by doing this independently. I always need somebody. Is that in the area of love? I got to have somebody. I got to have somebody tangibly. What is the aspect as far as when you're looking at this twin flame dynamic? Yeah, your words. Are you actually looking to the divine masculine to fill that void? Or are you understanding that you've got to be at the point that you got to fill that void yourself? I was reading, I think her name is Sabria. She was talking about how we got to get to the point, lovely, that's nice. We've got to get to the point that we really trust our heart. That she said that they did like and I'll try to post that too. They did like an article that stated that the heart is a more better GPS system of knowing about what's going to happen in the future than your brain, because your brain can be easily manipulated and steer you wrong. And we've got to get it right. Although we're housing the emotional and the energies as the divine feminine, but a lot of us don't trust the emotions. We don't trust on the outside about doing things and saying okay, and relying upon it to say okay, my heart says to do this, but we say on the outside, well, if I do that, he gonna use me. If I contact him, or if I help him out with this, at the end result, he gonna use me, he gonna want more, or something. You know, and sometimes that's a risk we have to take. Sometimes we have to follow, even if we're talking about following our heart, when we're going as far as starting with our mission and our purpose. A lot of times we don't even trust that even for ourselves. So how can we even be able to trust that for somebody on the outside when we can't even trust to follow the bliss for ourselves? That's a biggie. And that's what we're struggling really across the board. To me, it all comes down to trust. Trusting ourselves in the way we're thinking, trusting ourselves as far as emotionally. And how's that being reflected in our world? I think about even with Jupiter 11:11 this morning, she had did, I watched her today, that she said we going down the wrong, maybe we might be going down the wrong path, the wrong way. And Spirit had instructed her to go on ahead and to do a light language. When I did the light language and I interpret, because I always pretty much interpret, thank God I've been gifted and the Spirit allows me to interpret what she says. I seen the intention card, and I seen the man figure, which is standing there, which represents your thinking, in the water and taking his hand and stirring the water. So how we stirring the waters for how we're intending things to happen through our emotions. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. There goes a big confirmation right there. Then I seen the man tip his little foot into the water. Now, that was so funny, because when I watched the article said a lot of times that we are timid in following what our heart says and trusting. That's just like a person. I just go put my little toe in there, because I don't know how deep these waters run, or is it going to overtake me? Is the current going to wash me out from shore out there, and I'm going to get caught up in the riptide of my emotions? And that's what pretty much we are thinking, divine feminines and divine masculines. The divine masculines are going through some things. I know that from my DM. I talked to him this morning. I told him, I said, call me. That's enough on the text. I need to hear your voice. The voice way, the energy level is like gutter low. I can hear like sweet low, sweet chariot coming forth to carry me home. Like nobody knows the trouble I've seen. You know, this is good. This is low. I said you gotta lift that up. And he was telling me about things that was happening to him on the job and all that stuff. And then I was like, you know, that's because your energy's too low. You're going to keep on attracting that. You got to go on and bring that up. I was trying to play with them and they like, I got to go. I said, okay, we in that woe is me, want to wallow all into it. I done did my part. It ain't my part to try to make you and help you to be happy. I did that stuff, but I put something on his mind because I could feel that it did. It's like, okay, on that one. But again, these divine masters, they have these towers, one after another, after another, after another, after another. These tower moments, and that's what I'm seeing on my end. They're experiencing that. You know, all we could do right now is just send them some love. But right now, like I told him in my energies, I gotta get myself together, because the road is closed. Oh snap! Right, because to go the right way. That goes to syncs up what Jupiter 11 never said. taking the wrong path. Okay, they doing something. So my thing again is understanding that we got to try it a different way. And the way we doing right now, Divine Feminines, is not coming out with any kind of results. And that's why we all collectively are saying, I'm feeling stuck. I don't know what else to do. And so that is a big thing in which we've got to really kind of work with and concentrate. Asking ourselves seriously, do we want union? Because right now, the universe and the powers to be said that the way that we're acting through our actions seem like the answer is a big N-O-T, not. All right, until next time, stay uplifted, stay motivated, stay ascending. Namaste, namago. Love you. Don't forget I'm doing the DM 411 special. If you want to turn around and say, I need to say feminines for Divine Feminines too to see what's going on. Maybe I can do the transformation and 411 because it seems like according to them for $22 for 30 minutes, we need to check in and see what's going on with ourselves, okay? Like I almost say, bump the Divine Masculine right now, but if you have issues you still want to know, we need to do that as well. All right then, talk to you later. Bye. Have a sunshine-filled day.